A bride cancels her wedding after her guests refuse to pay a $1,500 entrance fee. Yeah, it's just a cover charge for the wedding club. Welcome to the marriage club. Yeah, it's just over $1,000 to get in. What are you, crazy? Charging your friends and relatives this much money to go to your wedding? What kind of subhuman being are you? We don't need to tell you that weddings can get expensive. Oh yes, they can get expensive, guys. You know, I mean, and you know, I'm at that age where a lot of my friends are having babies and getting married. They invite me to these weddings, and I gotta cherry pick which ones I'm gonna go to because I'm extremely broke. So, you know, these destination weddings where it's gonna cost me $2,000 to go to, you know, what, Barbados or whatever the hell tropical place you want to go to because for some reason you want to get married next to a goddamn dolphin. I mean, I'm not going, okay? I'm not spending $2,000 on that. That's just my opinion. Plus, I'm broke. And besides, half of these marriages end in divorce anyways. I'm gonna take this seriously now. Now I gotta. It's one thing to take it seriously while I'm there, okay? I'll buy into your little wedding thing. Okay, sure. Let's pretend that this is gonna last forever. That's one thing. But it's another thing for me to pay $2,000 to do it, okay? I'm not doing that. This woman that asked her friends and family to pay $1,500. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. Terrible human being. Can we arrest her for this? I don't know. Most brides tend to accept the fact that weddings are extremely costly on your friends and relatives. One Canadian woman who is only known by Susan, I guess she won't give her whole last name, she has attempted to go around all wedding costs by asking her friends and family to pay up to attend her wedding. It didn't go well, apparently, and Susan is causing quite the debate online after posting a bizarre Facebook rant about how her now canceled wedding, yes, she called it off just days before the wedding after her guests refused to pay the $1,500 entrance fee that Susan was demanding in order to pay for the wedding that cost about $50,000 is what she wanted. That was her dream, and instead of coming up with other creative ways to pay for it, or pay for it yourself, or just be a reasonable human being and don't have a $50,000 wedding. I mean, why are people having $50,000 weddings? I mean, now look, some of you weirdos out there, maybe this is your thing. Maybe your wedding day is so important. I understand, all right? I understand. It's a very special day. But let's be reasonable human beings here, okay? If your wedding is costing over $30,000, which is the average salary for like what the average American worker, $30,000. I mean, I don't know what it is, but let's say it's around there. If your wedding one day costs more than that, then you need to rethink your whole life dream, in my opinion. So anyways, in her long-winded, swear-filled explanation, the bride accused her friends and family of ruining her marriage and her life. Here's a quote. "How could we have our wedding that we dreamed of without proper funding? We'd sacrificed so much and only asked each guest for around $1,500. We talked to a few people who even promised us more to make our dream come true. My maid of honor, in fact, pledged $5,000 along with her planning services. We tearfully thanked and accepted." Oh yeah, you tearfully, okay, awesome. And what is this about, you know, it's like, okay, I'm dreaming of profit, okay, wait. What is this that you sacrifice so much for? What is that? What did you sacrifice so much? Is the person you're marrying not so great? Is that the sacrifice you're making? I've agreed to marry this shitty person, okay? I've made this sacrifice and you should pay for the bill for this. I mean, what have you sacrificed? I don't understand. You're obviously not sacrificing the brunt of the payment for the ceremony. You're asking us to, not us, but you're asking your friends and family to do that. So what are you sacrificing, huh? You took a week off from work? I mean, I don't understand. Did each of you speak a different language and you went to classes to learn each other's language? Is that what you sacrificed? I don't understand what you've sacrificed when you said, "I do." It's pretty damn simple. Someone says, "Hey, do you want to marry me?" You say, "Okay." What are you sacrificing? Oh, man. And then she wrote, "So our request for $1,500 from all other guests was not effing out of the ordinary." Oh, it's not out of the ordinary? What world are you living in, Susan, where that's not out of the ordinary? You're just a piece of shit, Susan. That's what you are. And it is, because it is, not only is it out of the ordinary, it is out of the realm of reason and out of the realm of what's called being a good friend and relative to, you know, demand that the people attending your wedding pay $1,500. You're a piece of shit. She said, we made it clear if you couldn't contribute, you weren't invited to our exclusive wedding. It's a once-in-a-lifetime party. Yeah, okay. How about I save my $1,500 and go to Vegas and have an entire weekend of a once-in-a-lifetime party for myself? That's what I would do with the $1,500. Man, she probably asked also for gifts in addition to that. You should pay $1,500 for the wedding to happen, and then also don't forget to go and mail me a gift as well. Surprise, surprise, none of that went over very well. After the couple sent out invitations, only 8 guests RSVP'd. Susan wrote, we were effing livid. How was this supposed to happen without a little help from our friends? To make matters worse, my ex's family took back their offer. Suddenly, more people backed out, including the maid of honor, my best friend since childhood, my second family. I was so shocked and so tearful. Well, you need to go get a life, ma'am. I'm going to call her ma'am because I know how women hate that. She said, I just wanted to be a Kardashian for one day in my life. That's the problem with our culture. We got people that aspire to be Kardashians. How lame is that? That's so sad. It's so sad. I feel. Listen, my fellow weirdos, don't stoop to the level of dreaming that you should be one of these people. They're not any better than you or I. They're just human beings at the end of the day with the same faults and the same setbacks and the same, flaws as the rest of us. It's just that they get to cover up their mistakes with, lots of money and makeup, and they get some sort of level of respect from our culture, but not because of their character, no, but because their face is always on the medias. That's why. It has nothing to do with their abilities or their accomplishments or who they are, and as far as a human being goes, at all. It's, and we shouldn't aspire to be these people, and don't compare yourself to them. And then think, oh, because I can't live that lifestyle, I'm a less of a human being. You are not less of a human being. In fact, I would say that you're a better human being than them in many ways. And so, damn, Jonesy got real right there, huh?